If I were to say tie your shoes, how many of you would have a problem figuring out how to tie your shoe? Nobody would, right? Because you've learned it. You've figured it out. Is tying your shoes kind of complex? If you've never tied your shoe, never seen a shoe with a tie on it, with a string, and somebody said, tie your shoe, how tough would that be? I mean, I was watching, Granny, you went, your hands went, just when she said that, without you thinking about it. How many of you drove here today in your car? Did anyone not drive? Did you ride a bike or you just walked? Okay. Who else didn't?
Well, I was in a car, but I wasn't driving.
Okay, so the rest of us drove. Now think about this for a second. Imagine how complex driving is if you really think about it. I mean, let's say you're in your garage and you make the garage door go up if you've got one of those. And you start. We don't even think of this, but just for a second, think about this. You have to first get the engine going by making these muscles move this way to a certain spot and then this way, but only so far and with only a certain amount of twist. You don't want to do it too far. And then you have to let go. So these muscles have to go so that it goes back. And then you have to grab the wheel at the right place, at the steering wheel, and you have to make muscles move to come up, and then move forward, and then hands moving the gear, the shifter here, or if you've got a standard, and then push down with just the right amount of muscle so that you slowly move out, but not fast, and put it in the right gear so you don't move forward. Do you see all the things that are happening? That's just to get out of the garage. I mean, there's a million things that are happening. How many of you thought of any of that while getting out of your garage today? Nobody did, right? Why? How is it that you can... That's an enormous amount of stuff that you got to know just to get your car from in the garage to out of the garage and then driving here. How many of you thought of your driving while you're driving? No, you're thinking about everything else that's going on. You're thinking about, your mind's on, okay, what am I going to do when I get there? And how did my hair turn out? And I've got to fix this while I'm looking in the mirror. 1,000 things we're thinking of. Yet the act of driving is such a complex skill if you look at it physiologically as it's happening, right? How is it that you know? How is it that you can take your mind completely off that skill and still get here? It's a miracle.
We dissociate.
We what?
We dissociate.
Dissociate? What do you mean?
We dissociate so that we can keep doing multitasks. We dissociate.
I don't know what that word means, dissociate.
We
disassociate.
we detach ourselves from our consciousness so that we can keep doing what we're doing.
But something has to keep you driving. There has
Conscience is.
and
Like in an automotive zone.
an automotive zone?
Automatic. So,
Yeah.
Autopilot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, it's because we're in an autonomous state of learning. Like when we first learned to drive, if you remember back when we were 15, and you did think about all those things. Like, is the mirror in the right spot? And
Yep.
is the seat adjusted? And is my seatbelt? I mean, you had to think of every little thing. But the more you drove, the better you became. So you didn't have to think about all the little things. And now, for me, I've been driving longer than I haven't been driving.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's very autonomous to me. I don't have to think of all those little things. It just comes very naturally.
Okay.